First of all, Dr. Fitzgerald, Mrs. Fitzgerald, Ms. O'Connor, I'm sorry you have to be here, and I mean that. And you're here for a specific purpose. And I don't want us to lose what the focus of this hearing is, and we have to keep our eye on the ball. You know, politics is a nasty business sometimes, and sometimes when folks are in a corner, they want to talk about everything over here, the shiny object over here. But we really need to talk about what's happening in Philadelphia, and we need to talk about the policies in Philadelphia with this prosecutor. That's what we're here for. And I got to tell you, I live at the Jersey Shore. My district is the New Jersey Shore. I'm sure you're familiar with it. In the summertime, actually for about 5 months of the year, we're more Philadelphia and eastern Pennsylvania than we are New Jersey. We're outnumbered. And God help you, if you're a Yankee fan or a Knicks fan, you're in big trouble. I talked to a lot of law enforcement. A lot of law enforcement come down to whether it's Sea Isle City, Stone Harbor, Avalon, et cetera, Cape May. And they all say the same thing. They are afraid to do their job in Philadelphia. That's the issue we're talking about today. That's why we're here. I talk to people who live in Philly, that love Philly. It's in their blood, multiple generations, and they are scared. And they are not only, let me just, the 1,000-pound elephant or whatever. They're not all white. They're white, they're black, they're Hispanic, they're Asian. They're all afraid because violence is, we're all afraid of it, and we all deserve to live in a safe home, in a safe neighborhood with police that can do their job. And you know, we're talking about the death penalty and Donald Trump and ghost guns and George Soros and anti-Semitism. No, George Soros, the issue is he purposely and willfully has made it a goal of his to liberalize and change prosecutors throughout the United States of America, including Philadelphia, and is directly involved. It has nothing to do with anti-Semitism. We talk about political agendas, safe storage. That's not the issue today. They're important issues. Some of them are, some of them, quite frankly, aren't, but some of them are. It's not the issue. You know what the issue today is? It's enforcing the law. It's against the law to rape. It's against the law to murder. It's against the law to beat people to death. It's against the law to distribute drugs. It's against the law to carjack. It's against the law to steal it. But we are not enforcing the law in the city of Philadelphia and in many other locations in the United States of America. And we can talk about all these other issues that people are bringing up today, but that's the issue that we're here for. Larry Krasner. I'm sorry, I'm going to say it because, you know, I'm a blunt guy. I'm not an attorney, I'm a dentist. And we just say it right out there. He's a bad guy. He's doing bad things. Larry Krasner, cops are in danger because of what he does. Larry Krasner, and I hate to say it this way, I don't know how else to say it though. Your son, your husband, isn't here because of his policies. It's common sense. How can you keep leaving people out over and over and over again when they've killed and raped and stolen and hurt others? It doesn't make sense. It's wrong. All those other issues are important, but this is what we're here for. It has to stop. That's why we're having that hearing. I'm sick of it. I'm tired of it. The problem was created by politicians. And so now I guess politicians, we got to try to straighten it out. But this is a created problem that didn't need to happen, and it shouldn't happen. And God help you. I feel so bad for you having to sit here through all this stuff and hear it all. I know your hearts are broken, and there's no words. You know, nobody can say, we know how you feel. I don't know how you feel. I didn't lose my spouse. I didn't lose my son, so I don't know how you feel. I can only imagine it. Ms. O'Connor, can you tell quickly the impact of lenient sentencing and bail policies on your tragedy specifically? Was it those policies that caused this to happen to you?
Yes, I've said it.
Thank you.
I'll say it again. My husband should still be here.
What measures do you believe need to be enacted to make this better? I think you know the answer
People
to that.
need to be locked up and kept in jail. These males had 10 guns in the room when that shooting happened. 10.
And they're released.
And they have been released.
Talk
It
about
is
gun storage, all that.
ridiculous.
Damn it, they're bad people. Let's face it, we got to understand something in this world. There are good people and bad people. There are some bad people. Bad people need to be in jail, sometimes for the rest of their lives. So
And
they can't do this to good
agreed.
people like you. Dr. and Mrs. Fitzgerald, what would you do right now if this was your world and you could change it and you could make it right today? If you had the supreme power, what would you do to change this? I know it's a hard question. The doc gave it to you.
I'll answer as well.
We'd start enforcing the law again.
Right.
There are laws for a reason. There's lawlessness in this city.
Enforce the damn law. This
Victims are
isn't
afraid.
complicated. We're
Yes.
trying to make it complicated, but it's not. Enforce the law. Bad people should be in jail. These are real bad people. I'm sorry to interrupt. Doctor.
I just have to tell you, this committee believes in justice, right? Part of what we have to do is start making sure that the folks responsible for facilitating justice for families like ours, and God, I just can't imagine what you've gone through as well. We've talked, but it weighs heavy on my heart. But Mr. Bicchetto got it right. He attempted to enforce ethics upon a district attorney who lacks them. Just a day ago, we were getting off a plane coming from San Antonio, Texas, and we saw a press conference. We saw a presser with Mr. Krasner and Steve Keeley, a local reporter. And Mr. Krasner indicated that he was not aware of this committee meeting until 2 days ago. He said a day ago, but that would have been 2 days ago. That is patently false. And I would ask this committee to investigate that.
He should be here. He should man up and be here.
I agree with you, but I think that we have to be really intentional about what we're saying here. And this is, we have a district attorney in one of the largest major cities in the country who on television yesterday said he never knew about this meeting, right? My wife and I, on the 24th of last month, were in his presence with my daughter-in-law and about 10 of his people in his office doing the presentation that we told you about. And during the presentation, we informed him of this meeting. And we gave him a hard copy to reinforce it. And thankfully, I sent it to a few other people, so I had a record. So I'd ask this committee, if we believe in justice, to call the person responsible for ensuring that people in this city get justice on the carpet. He should be before you, or summoned before you now, and answer why he would go on television and tell the community here that he's supposed to serve, for the victims here he's supposed to serve, that lie. I can't understand how we can confuse it. We can't write it any other way. He did it, and he needs to be held accountable for it. We can prove it.
The guy